Yo, welcome to the No Ideas Original Podcast featuring Shannon, Mr. Rob, and Zane. What's up, Rob? How you doing, brother?
What's good, bro? I'm hanging out. Things as well. Slowly but surely getting rid of this little cough, but it's hanging around. But I feel all right, bro. How about
I
yourself?
hear that. I'm chilling. I'm doing good, man. I'm happy that we starting to get better weather. That always
Yeah.
makes things a lot better. I got my trip coming up too, so I'm looking forward to that.
God bless you, bro. Have a blast when you get out there, man. For real.
Yeah,
Take a million pictures, yo.
you already know. But yo, we don't want to hold you up. Let's get right to it. The man of the hour that we're fortunate enough to have, DJ Marcus Thompson from the
Big.
Timex Social Club. Actually the founder of the Timex Social Club. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
We, you
Great,
know,
bro. Good to see
hanging
you.
in there, man. Hanging in there. So I wanted to ask you, man, because we're East Coast guys, and I know you're a
Yeah.
West Coast guy.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about what it was like growing up in Cali, and how growing up in Cali influenced you musically, given the fact that I'm guessing around the time, I don't know exactly how old you are, the time that you grew up, also what the social climate was with the Black Panther Party starting out that way also.
Man, oh boy, you taking me real far back. Black Panther Party. Oh my goodness. Well, grew up in Oakland. So yeah, that was like the epicenter of Black Panthers. But I was man, I don't really have like any deep memories of that. I mean, I grew up in West Oakland and everything was centered around there, but
Right.
I don't have any memories of going to the early morning breakfasts or or
Right.
seeing any of the heavy hitters speak or or any of that. I'm
Right.
sure I was around and but my mother wasn't like sorry, a single parent household, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my mother
Ain't
wasn't
worried about it,
like
bro.
jumped off into that. She wasn't like, she wasn't like Black Power and Gawa and all that. But I had my afro back then. I had my dashiki. We was doing it, man. As far as climate of music, um, that kind of hit me early on because um, we'll get into this hopefully. But I have a brother. We have the same father but different moms. So he grew up in Alaska, Anchorage, and I grew up in West Oakland. So I would see him like maybe for the summer
Mm-hmm.
he would come down, but for the rest of the year I was the only child.
Right.
So music,
West Oakland is Berkeley.
nah, Oakland is Oakland, baby.
Oakland is Oakland.
Don't confuse it.
Nah,
Nah,
straight me up.
nah.
Straight me up, bro. Straight me up.
Google that. But yeah, music kind of became uh what I adopted to keep me out of trouble.
Mm.
Falling back on mom's.
Right.
She, she was out there working two jobs, and she always told me,
Got to earn your
I ain't
keep.
got time to. You gonna have to police yourself. You're gonna have to just stay right, and
Right.
not be running in and out of jail, or stay away from the bad elements. So
Mm-hmm.
Right.
of course I didn't listen, but I dabbled in it a little bit, but music became something that I adopted to settle me down.
Mhm.
I found that when I had some headphones on, I was more chill,
Yeah.
and I wasn't running around outside getting into street antics, if you will.
Mm.
uh, I was not available on the streets. I was in my bedroom with headphones on, or if I didn't have headphones, I would just listen to the radio,
Mm.
Right.
making mixtapes. So all of that stuff started around 14, about 14 for me, right there when I fell in love with music. And I can remember some of my early influences being like Curtis Blow, The Breaks. Um, um, man, what was that one? King Tim the Third.
Mm.
Uh, uh, man, I forgot the group, but anyway, That was an early rap record that came out before Sugar Hill Gang dropped Rapper's Delight.
Rapper's Delight.
So we're talking about 78, 77 on to like 81. And then from then I was like, man, music, this is my thing. I don't know what I'm going to do in music. I don't know how I'm going to do it,
but I'm going to do it.
That's my future. And so I just walked around and just, you know, I was immersed into music. But yeah, that was the climate for me growing up. And that's my experience with the Panther Party.
Yeah. We see the plaques. We see the plaques in the back too.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hard work, man.
Nice touch. I approve.
Hard work, man.
Early on, you said you was making mixtapes. How did that go about?
Oh man, you know, there's no template for that. You just do it. You know, and nobody told me how to do it.
You're doing the pause button.
I just did it because I love it, and economically speaking, you know, my allowance didn't allow me to be at the record store all the time, so. Yeah, I had enough to buy a TDK, nice. a blank 90 minute or 60 minute. You know, I had a little Walkman, and so I just, you know, that's back to that radio thing again. You know, you sit to listen to the radio, your favorite jams come on, you tape them off the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. You know, and then when you do have some vinyl, you mix them with that, you know, back to back. You know, we used to do the pause button mixes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because we only had one turntable. That's all we could afford.
You had to know right where to pause at.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I broke so many pause buttons, man. I was heavy on that thing.
You was breaking pause buttons, but was you DJing on a belt drive turntable?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
You like the first person who actually admitted that, because all the DJs we have come through, I asked them, no, never. I had Technique 1200s. I'm like, really?
Oh no, I didn't have the money for it, man.
Yeah,
I wish.
No one, but they lying, man. They know they was DJing on a rack system. Mom had the whole setup, and they was up top. DJing
yeah, my system came from Radio Shack, man. I'm not gonna front.
Nah, keep it real.
Talk about the band and the evolution of the Timex Social Club band. Like, how did it come together, and how did like the shift in different members at different periods of time come into play?
Wow. So it kind of came together. You know, we were a group of friends in high school, and at that time we just kind of, you know, just palling around. There was no music. You know, we weren't a band. We were just friends. Now my boy Mike, who became the lead singer, he had the vocals. He always had that.
Right.
I started writing right around 82. Yeah. I started actually writing songs.
What influenced you to be a good writer? What influenced you to be a writer?
You know, I was a mediocre student in high school, but the thing I could always pull together, man, when I needed a good grade was a term paper. I always had a way with words.
Nice.
You know,
you must be a big reader, bro.
I love to write. I loved what they call creative writing. You know, in high school back then, you could just say, okay, class, we're gonna have creative writing. I want y'all to just turn in a paper this week, you know, whatever, based on whatever. And then you just you know, create something off the top of the dome, you know, whatever story, you know, whether it's a science fiction story or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I used to get my papers back, and they used to be like A-, B+, somewhere in there, you know, and you know, teacher would be like, yo, I like, you know, this was entertaining or whatever. So that got me, like, as they say, juiced, you know. So I'm like, man, I got a little something here, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it started. And then of course, the the female influence, trying to get females. You write poems, at least I was, I was like, well, I'm trying to see see if I can note the old girl over here. So yeah,
you was a lover boy.
Typing class, I was typing love letters instead of I still don't know how to type to this very day because I was like, dear Yvonne, and everybody be on their home keys and typing stuff that was in the book, and I was no, man, I was typing letters. So yeah, that's kind of it, how I started writing. But back to the group, right around 83, things kind of got serious because we graduated high school. So now we out, so now we don't see each other every day, but we still want to hang out. And then my friend Alex Hill, who was a DJ, had a DJ crew in Berkeley. He had some equipment. He had a keyboard, a drum machine, a couple of synthesizers, and yeah. So he was a rapper. So he was making rap beats back in the day for people on cassette.
Wow.
And so we kind of, we would go over his house and chill. And he was like 2 years older than us, right? So we 18, he 20, and he lived by himself. So we go over there, we just kick it, and then he making beats. So we on the couch and we digging the beats. It's a whole, single bachelor vibe going on. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of evolved into, hey, I got an idea. Hey, I got an idea, and we started actually, branching off from his rap projects to songs. So Michael came in to sing because I'm just the idea guy with the lyrics, right? So I'm not no lead singer. So I'm like, man, I got to get a partner on this. So brought him in, and then Alex is on the beats and I'm on the lyrics, and then things just kind of merged, started to come together, man. And we wrote quite a few songs together. You know what I'm saying? Rumors happened to be one of them. Yeah. And that's what jumped off as far as like changing members and stuff like that in the group. That came later because of different things in the industry. Just the summer we debuted, the summer we came out, the summer of '86 when that single caught fire worldwide. And it was just a lot of things, man, going on internally in the group.
Yeah.
And so it's an old story. It's an old story, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lead singer signs with his own management.
Yeah.
And it was four of us. It was myself, Alex Hill, Michael Marshall, and my boy Kev Moore. That's the Timex Social Club. And so we in a sense we broke up, and Mike went his separate way, and the three of us went our separate way. So that's why there were different. You'll see different pictures and different things and stuff out there about it. But yeah.
I want to talk to you a little bit more about that later on in the interview. But I was just listening to what you was talking about, and it makes me think about like things that I've been a part of and created. And it's like even with our podcast, we have these conversations behind the scene amongst us. And I think like, sometimes we lose sight of how beautiful like the process is. Stuff, when you have like that, just like that organic vibe, like you talking about y'all chilling at your man's bachelor pad.
Right. The ideas are flowing.
Yeah, it's just something completely different when the financial element is not injected into it, right?
No,
like you just doing it for the love, and you're doing it because you're with your boys.
Still hungry.
And I don't know, what do you think, I guess, from your perspective, like how do you after you've achieved a certain level of success,
Mhm.
be able to continue having that same organic feel? And is it even possible?
I can only speak to our process and our music. Um, so once a split happened, it was very possible to keep it going, but you got to understand that our voice was gone.
Mm.
Kind of like, no disrespect to the Jacksons, but when Michael went solo, when Michael Jackson went solo, but that was the only hard aspect of it, trying to interview or audition new singers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, dude sound good, but you're always looking for an exact replacement
Right.
for the person that left. I don't care if it's guitar player, drummer, music programmer, lyricist, whatever. You're always looking for the exact twin, and you're never going to get it. So the process was cool, but the sound changed because of the new member that, or members that were added. So, I mean, that's just something that happens. Yeah.
I think what happens is like listening to you talk again, like what happens is, I think, going to replicate the sound, but not really realizing, like, in addition to replicating the sound, replicating, like, almost like, for lack of a better word, the vibe, like that chemistry is extremely important, because you could have brought somebody in that was a better singer, or not as good as a singer or whatever, but it's something about
different style singer, different style.
Yeah.
I'll never rank them, but different. Like, whereas Mike had a rough voice, our stand-in for him, or our replacement for him, was more Luther-esque, more smooth.
Yeah.
And people were like, huh? What?
It's different.
It wasn't that he sounded bad. It was like,
it just wasn't
used
sure.
to the aggressive, gruff kind of vocals, and it's real smoothing out right now.
Now you got turned into the Shy Lights.
But it's what people are used to, and I get it, man. I'm a fan, so yeah.
Absolutely. I've been a fan since a kid, man. And thank God for them creative writing classes, man, because from my understanding, Rumors, you made that like 3 years before it came out.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were most of your songs in your writing class?
No, I wrote Rumors at work.
At work.
Yeah, I was working as a security guard. I was on graveyard shift.
And I did.
I was bored, man. I had nothing to do. I was guarding buildings late at night, and I was the only one in there. So, every top of the hour, you got to walk around the building, check everything, and then you come. That take about 10 minutes. You come and sit down back at your desk, and you got 50 minutes to do something. So I was like, man, let me write.
Let me create it right?
Yeah.
Did you ever think, though, at the time that things were coming together, that, were you thinking that R&B and rap was merging? Because the song sounded like a rap song, but then you got him singing.
Yeah.
So that goes back to, okay, so unconsciously, yes. But consciously, no, we didn't try to do that consciously. We didn't set out to do that.
Right.
The way that happened was, as I explained before, Alex was a rapper, and he was a beat maker for rappers, and he himself was a rapper. So the equipment that he was buying from the local music shop was hip hop instruments. He had an 808.
Oh, okay.
He had a Juno 106. Everything was built around the hip hop sound, because he was rapping, and the dudes he was producing were rapping. So He's not gonna change instruments. And he just spent, you know, thousands of dollars on this equipment that we want to make a song. He like, yeah, we can make it with this. So that's what happened. So when we went into the studio, we went in with hip hop instruments. Mm. Now the 808 you hear in Rumors is not like dialed down to where it's like boom, you know, where it's rattling like that. But you hear the clay, ding, 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 you know what I'm saying? You know what that sound is. Yeah, so it was dialed up, you know, for R&B instead of down for rap, but it's still 808.
It was a dope. It was a dope dance track, if you ask me. Because back then, I mean, man, you have some great company. Cameo was out back then. Shit, a lot of songs was out back then. But they were all party joints, though. They were all party joints.
Yeah,
like, you couldn't sit still at a party back then, man. That was a dope time. Music, Prince, Kiss by Prince was going on. It's all sorts of songs going on in '86.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the thing, you know. I was a DJ, Alex was a DJ, and Michael sang in church. So
that's usually what happened.
You have three writers from those two backgrounds writing this song, you know, Rumors in this instance. Yes, you can miss, but we hit.
Yeah, you hit big too.
number one record, big. What I always wonder, like, what did you guys consider your sound to be? Because you kind of came at a time where disco was on its way out. R&B has always been here. Funk is not going anywhere. And then it was like the New Jack Swing things. But what did y'all consider your sound to be?
R&B.
Okay.
Straight up R&B, rhythm and blues. I've heard people call it reggae. I've heard people. Oh man, I've heard all kinds of things over the years.
I could see that. I could. You know why? I could see that because I think about like you see like these big dance records, especially back in the 80s. A lot of them were getting like co-opted and getting like really big overseas. And I think like it was almost like if you was a person of color and you went overseas, then they just assumed like there was some fusion of you being Jamaican. So I could see that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The cadence and where, like, how I wrote the lyrics. How do rumors get started? It started by the jealous people, and that's rap.
That's rap. Yeah.
Da 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 da. Okay, that's rap.
Right.
Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
But the way I told Michael to sing it was in song form.
Yes, sir.
And then the hook is definitely song form.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see, you know, when people say, yeah, that's hip hop, and then of course we went on tour with Run DMC, open for them. Mm-hmm. You know, that was our biggest tour. But
how was that?
Yeah, and then it crossed over on the pop charts, and that just blew my mind.
How was that though? Because maybe a year before that, you seen Run DMC at Fresh Fest, and then a year later, you were up on stage with them. Like you manifested that, so you put that out in the universe.
You know, right?
That's exactly what you did, bro.
And I'm like, but you don't know what you're doing when you're doing it.
You're doing it.
You're just saying stuff, you know. Everybody's saying stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be up there next year. Yeah, right, Marcus. Yeah. And I have no basis to how we're gonna get there. I'm just put that out there, like you say, put it out in the universe. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know what I was doing. And then look what happened.
How it works, man. That's exactly how it works.
So that was a trip, man, you know, opening up for you know, definitely our idols.
Run.
You know, getting to actually meet and talk to LL, Run,
Beastie Boys,
Houdini, getting to actually sit in the rooms and break bread, you know what I'm saying? Have lunch and dinner with these cats and ride around on tour buses with these cats. And I mean, we're DJs, so we're used to playing friends at the dance to get people to dance. Now we hanging out with Jaleel and Ecstasy.
Yeah.
And we hanging out with Run. And over there, that's Hurricane, and that's Jam Master Jay over there. And my goodness, my hotel room is next to this man.
Yeah.
My tour bus is parked next to his bus.
And not too long ago, you were making rounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
How did that early?
So that was a trip, and we had to really act like we had been there before.
I was gonna ask.
I couldn't geek out. I couldn't be the fanboy. I had to act like I had been there before, even though it was our first time out.
Right.
So that was a trip, in the mind.
Early start.
Because anybody else would have been like, yo, let me get your photograph. Can I get an autograph? Can I?
Yeah.
Because you're a fan.
Right.
But then you had to flip it and be like, we're both
These my
peers.
colleagues.
We're both peers. Same place now. So
Yeah.
I can't really freak out right now, even though I'm freaking out. But I can't let you see me freak out.
Wow. That's a mental game, man, because early starter for some people turn them off, man.
Yeah.
A lot of stories like that, man. People get that fame, that glory, the money, and before you know it, they out of here, man. So I mean, it's really tough.
Rumors. So Rumors was the first record you guys like actually recorded?
In a 24-track studio, yes.
Okay. And then when you did it, did you realize like, okay, this record this is a hit record?
Not to the magnitude that it became. I got to be honest with you. I mean, like my man said before, I wrote that record 3 years ago. 3 years before we stepped foot in that 24-track. I wasn't tired of the song, but in the 3 years that had went by, I got more material. I got a song that I have songs that I think are better than this one. So I'm like, let's get this one out of the way so we can get on to the new stuff I just wrote last month, right? Because this is old to me.
Right.
I'm the author, I'm the lyricist. I got better over time. Y'all gigging over my 1983 lyrics. Wait till you hear my 1986 lyrics. I'm better now.
Right. Right.
So that's what was going on in my mind. I'm like, yeah. Let's get through this. So we can get to the next.
So let me ask you this.
So now I had no idea that was gonna blow.
If that's what I was gonna say. So if that was your position, I'm imagining that was the song that kind of got your foot in the door and got you the deal. How was it when the person told you the stuff that you like, yo, these are my old lyrics, like, nah, this is gold. This is what's gonna get you. They get you where you want to go.
I was elated. I mean, everybody that's doing it wants to get on. I mean, you don't really do that and not want a record deal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I put a lot of time and effort. I want a record deal. I want a deal. So I'm not tripping that you like the old. I just want to get past the old so we can get to the new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because at that point, you probably
I was geeked that somebody was listening and wanted to do something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was dope, man. But talk about the tour. How was that tour? Being on tour with Run, LL, Beastie Boys.
Crazy as hell.
On the Houdini.
Crazy as hell, man.
I mean,
it's called the Raising Hell Tour, and it was crazy as hell tour.
Yeah. Be easy. You married, right? Don't tell us some of the stuff about the tour, but not everything.
No, it's in the book. They can read the book. The book is on Amazon right now. You want to get it? It's called "How the Rumors Get Started." It's the true story of Timex Social Club. It's got all the meat and potatoes and a little dessert in there too. So, you know, you can see how we got down.
Yeah. In the book also.
Hey, and the wife blessed it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the wife is in it. So
it had to go to her first before it went to the editor, probably, right?
Yeah, man.
So
I want to break up the happy home, bro.
Your close relationship with JMJ is in there too, I guess.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah.
He was like one of the first artists acts to befriend us. That first day that we walked into I think it was Albuquerque, the Albuquerque show.
Right.
We were late for sound check because we had drove all the way from Cali to Albuquerque.
Damn.
We rented this van from Hertz Rent-A-Car, and we mashing. We tried. Now this is before GPS and all of that, so we got.
You looking at Ram McNally.
Yeah. We got the old school maps out and we mashing, boy. We got a speeding ticket and everything, dude. The troopers pulled us over and everything. So
talk about class. I'm gonna need to buy this book, bro, because I bet you got all this stuff in there.
Hey man, I didn't hold back. I mean, there's some stuff I didn't put in there, but I just didn't think it was relevant. But I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a good time. You read that book because it's the good, the bad, and the ugly is in that book. But it's more good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I made sure it was funny.
How did you end up on that tour? How did you get on the tour?
Well, come to find out years later, it was Jalil.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to him, Jalil from Houdini.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got a call from a booking agent who basically said, trying to reach y'all. We want y'all to come out on this tour. Russell Simmons wants you to open for Run DMC.
About that. How about that? And that being a childhood, you being a childhood fan of a group.
I mean, man,
I'd have lost my mind, bro.
Hey, we did. We did, man. We had to hurry up and get ready. You know what I'm saying? Because we wasn't ready. Well, we had to hurry up and get ready. And I went to work, told my boss, peace. Now, gotta go,
son. See you later.
Man.
You know, the record I was telling you about on the radio, boss. Well,
was that your first major shows?
Yeah, yes, exactly. So we went from my living room to stadiums.
Yeah, that's like crazy. Yeah, man. About the book. So I read an excerpt in your book where you stated, and
yes,
you felt like you cheated the grind of paying dues in the industry for overnight success.
Yeah.
What made you say that, and why do you think it's important to pay dues?
Well, the point I was trying to make there is you're going to pay dues. You're either going to pay them up front, or you're going to pay them in the behind. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pay them dues. So the fact that we went from, like I said, my living room to the stadiums, and everything was sweet, and we didn't pay the dues, as you say. We certainly found out that we had to pay them, and they were due. And so I just wanted to prepare any artist that was reading the book and let them know, hey, your stardom can come from many years of grinding, and then you get big, or you can be that overnight sensation. But if you're that overnight sensation,
Right.
You
Prepare.
still
No
think-
trip, because it's coming.
Right.
The industry, that's a hungry beast, boy. The industry eats, boy. It eats people.
It takes souls, man.
It'll be chewing on you, man. So, it don't take no prisoners. So you gonna pay some dues.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I was just trying to prepare everybody and let them know that how we got it. We went straight from the studio, and it was like a month or two. That record hit the radio, and that sucker jumped, and we didn't have time to. We did a few local gigs, when it started to get a little airplay in the Bay Area, but as soon as I guess Jalil heard it in Houston, he said, and then he told Russell about it, and they was like, "Ooh, let's get them."
And when
So
he
we got snatched out of the Bay Area, and we went national with the tour. So we didn't really get to practice or have any shows in the Bay Area until we came back. We did the Coliseum twice. We did the Oakland Coliseum twice.
Wow, look at that! Must have been a dream.
Oh man, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
After all the years of going to the Coliseum, seeing artists, and like you said, the Fresh Fest, and then now I'm on stage. My boys are on stage, and they saying our name.
At home,
and the crowd is like,
yeah. I like how you casually just laid out Russell. He was like, yeah, because he told Russell. When we say Russell, we talking about Russell. That would be Russell Simmons, folks.
Yes, sir.
Simmons.
Russell, he might be the reason why I play so much in New York. Because damn it, I heard that song so much growing up. Listen, man, when you hear it, you just start singing it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was written with one purpose. As a DJ, I don't like wallflowers. When I put the jam on, I want you to get up and dance. I want you to find a female. I want you to dance. I want the female to be a yes. I will dance to the song with you. That was the purpose of writing a dance track like that. No, we don't want no butts in the seats. When DJ play this, we want all people off the wall, out the seats. We want you to pack the dance floor. And that's what I was after. And I didn't say that to Alex. I didn't say that to Michael, but I'm sure that my thoughts got, the vibe, like we were saying the vibe earlier.
Yeah.
The vibe was, don't do this, man. This is a killer.
Your thoughts is magic, bro. Your thoughts is magic because you be putting some stuff out there, son. You sat in the stands one day and then you on stage the next. So you better keep putting them words out there, bro. For real.
You can wish it into existence, right? So
there you go, bro.
Yeah. But I think it was meant to happen.
Something happened to your audio. Something
audio
changed. Yeah, something changed with your audio. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it sounds like hollow or something. And I don't know.
Very auto-tuned.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even touch the screen.
Sounds very auto-tunish right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
didn't make any adjustments.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to remove you from the stream and just come back in and see if it resets over.
All right.
So yeah, everybody. Yeah, that's a classic record. But I appreciate what he was saying. It goes back to what we talk about all the time, Rob. When you ask people about actually being in the studio with artists and producer to collaborate, like there's something about that chemistry, like having chemistry with people. And I think that like you can't replace chemistry. Like the original chemistry is usually organic because it came from us just being in the high school together, or us hanging in the basement together, or whatever it is. You know, so that
Well,
makes it difficult.
There you go.
sound better?
Yep,
Yes, sir.
much better.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Another excerpt though from the book. To
Oh,
want,
okay, cool. Yes, sir.
to want is to wait, and to wait
Love
is
that.
to want.
I love that.
Talk to us about that.
Say it again. To want is to wait, and what?
And to wait is
Wait
to
is to
want.
want.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what context I wrote that or what chapter, but I guess what I meant was, you know, how you want to get that deal, that record deal,
Mm-hmm.
you know, as a writer or producer or a remixer or whatever. So you're really wanting, but you're waiting at the same time.
Mm-hmm. It makes
You
sense.
know, some people get tired of waiting. You know what I'm saying? They're impatient. So I think that's what I was trying to say is, you know, they're both on the same track. You got to have patience.
Gotta have patience and a little faith
Yeah.
too, man.
You got to have patience because, funny story, you know, Timex is a derivative of the Time with Morris Day and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah.
That's where I got the name. I just put an X on it. So I actually met Jesse Johnson from the Time.
Mm.
And I actually handed him a demo of Rumors with my telephone number, the whole shebang, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for that brother to call me.
I think he knows the results of that, right?
Nah, he probably don't. You know that scene, Hustle and Flow.
Yeah,
where,
right.
where we just throw the damn tape in the toilet. So that probably would happen that demo. But I say that to say I was waiting. I was wanting to be signed by a member of the Time. I thought in my cranium, this is the way it's going to go down. I named my group after them. I met the dude, a member of the group. He's solo now. He can get us on. Here, bruh. Here's a tape. Call me. Didn't happen like that. But I was waiting. I was wanting that to happen, and I was waiting for that to happen. It happened differently. You know, I still had to wait longer. But yeah, so that's just a little story about, you know, wrapping up that line that you took from the book, you know, wanting and waiting.
I wonder if he knows that, because if he knows that and he's like, man, like I whiffed on that song, I'm sure he probably listened to all them TDKs after that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you
I would love to run into him and tell him that. He probably won't even remember that, man. But I know, you know, I could be like, yo, man, it was Oakland. You was at the warehouse. You was signing autographs for people, and I snuck in, man. I was the first in line. Yeah, you my demo tape, because he was there for a show, and they had an in-store record signing.
Oh.
So when I came up, he was like, yeah, what you want me to sign, young blood? And I was like, we got the group, bro. We bad as shit, dude. You need to listen to this tape, man. Call me, peace. And I was out. But in that exchange, he gave it to one of his band members, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm gonna say? I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Give it to your boy for safekeeping, but play it after the show or play it when you get to the hotel or whatever. You got it. I delivered it. I put it in your hand.
Well,
yeah.
Well, you know something?
He probably won't even remember that though.
Now, you know what would have been worse than that? If you would have went back to work and you turned on the radio while you was at work and you heard it come.
He rocked
the rumors get started.
Oh, he stole my
That'd have been whack, son.
Well, it was copywritten. I did not hand him something that wasn't copywritten. So,
oh man, do you think immediate success changes people overnight? And if so, how do you prevent that? And I guess I wanna preface that question by saying, like, whenever I ask people that, they always say,
mm,
well, what I learned is stay humble. I think that there has to be more than just staying humble. There has to be more than humility. Like, how do you deal with overnight success?
man, I say the success deals with you. I mean, it definitely put me just myself through some changes.
Mm,
Um, you know, I became a hermit.
mm.
I didn't want to go out. I would go out like grocery shopping at midnight, dude.
Really?
I would drive to another neighborhood and go grocery shopping, dude. I was like, we ain't gonna have no little,
No incident at
fans or
all.
whatever running up. I'm trying to get my my groceries on or whatever.
Mhm.
So it tripped me out, to have the stardom. But yeah, it definitely. I think that the success deals with the people. The people who can't handle, they don't deal with the success.
Mhm.
Because it's up and down. You know, this month you hot, or you could be hot for like 6 months and then it'll cool off.
Mhm.
You still think you hot, but then you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's just a trip. How the peaks and valleys go with the success. Uh, and I'm sure actors go through it too, because there's they'll make a film, it'll be nominated or whatever, they'll make two after that, and crickets.
Yeah.
So it's just over time you learn how to deal with it, but when you first get it, it puts you through. It put me through the ringer. I
Those are the
Oh,
dues you gotta pay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, and I think that's the reason why people like Prince and a few others, Miles Davis or whatever, they kind of make their own universe. They kind of create their own thing.
Yeah.
I got all my toys in my compound. I
Mhm.
don't have to go out for nothing. I don't have to be seen in public until
It's showtime.
it's time for me. Yeah, it's time for me to rock. So,
Yeah.
um, it's definitely you could go that route too, and and just be an introvert, and have everything Paisley Park kind of kind of deal. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
now with all this social media, it's a trip. You know, people catch you out, man. I don't know. I don't know how we could have did it these days. I mean,
yeah.
I guess we could have dealt, but I'm so glad we did it when there wasn't no cameras around.
Yeah. You know, you people, there are some people that get into these things solely for the purpose of fame. There are people who get into it, I believe, for money, fame,
Mm,
women, things like that people want. But I don't think people realize until they have the fame that they like, wait a minute, fame comes at a cost. Like you give up your privacy,
yeah,
you become subject of rumors, you
yeah,
know. There's so many different elements I think that come along with fame that people don't anticipate until they actually have it. And then that's when you see the people, like, even like you think about like a dude like a Dave Chappelle, when he got to the point with the Chappelle show where he was just like overwhelmed with all the different things that was
right,
going on, and was like,
He
yo,
had
right,
to go to Africa.
I don't need it. Like
right.
it
Turning down deals that people go, what? 50 million? How could you walk away? But he had to protect his mental health.
Sanity,
He
yeah.
didn't want to be tied down or whatever it was, so he jetted, said
Yeah.
no.
What's
Yeah.
the biggest thing you learned early on that changed your life?
In the music industry,
Yes, sir.
or okay. Mhm. I mean, nothing is given. Just because I want you know my group to be successful and stay together as a unit, no matter what I even what I did or what I said, that didn't work out. So I learned that, you really can't control people. People going to do what they want to do.
That's right.
And you just kind of got to take your blessings where they fall.
Right.
Some things are unfortunate, but maybe it's for the best. So
that's a good point.
Because in retrospect, I said, well, I'm glad we broke up the first year instead of year number 13 when I
right.
I got a bunch of property and mortgages I'm balancing and everything, and then everything just caved in,
Right.
but
Perfect.
Yeah.
Doesn't that really though speak to, like, I guess, like who we are as people in terms of like egos? Because here you have a group of people who grew up as friends that before any of this stuff actually came into play, it was all good. But then when money came into play and fame came into play, it was very easy to fracture a relationship that y'all had history. And we're on the outside looking at it as fans of the music. We don't really know like the inner workings and the dynamics of the group. But like when we started out this interview, you were saying like it seems to be the same pattern over and over again, where the lead singer, somebody gets in the lead singer ear and tell her like, do you really need these other people? And it's always the same thing, like where people like, I grew up with this person, we were friends as kids and everything, but that one outsider can come in and infiltrate and change the whole dynamics of everything. What do you think that's about? Why is it so easy to how you call it, to fracture lifelong relationships?
Sound like a New Edition episode or something.
It's that money, baby. It's that the word rich. Everybody wants to be rich.
Simple.
Not so much famous, but they want to be rich. And it's really intoxicating to be given, as we should say back in the day, a knot, a big old wad of money. Somebody just hand you a big old wad of $100 bills, and you like, damn, this gonna happen. And then the next day to do the same thing. And then the next day to do the same thing. And then the next day to do the same thing. So you think it's never gonna stop. This is your new life. You're just gonna put money, stacks of money every day. And you're gonna eat in the best restaurants every night.
Yeah.
And you're gonna drive that. What was we wanting back then? BMs and
BM Benzes,
Mercedes. Yeah,
that's
what you're gonna be rolling in.
Right.
And you're gonna have the plush sheepskin covers. And you're gonna have the pioneers kicking, and you gonna have the females and everything, and the music videos. It's a whole package, and we've seen it over and over again. And when somebody dangles that
in front of you,
carrot, and you get a bite off of that carrot, like I say, you keep getting money, you keep getting cars, you keep getting lavish dinners, and it's very easy to say, you know what? I think I go solo.
I could get all this by myself.
You are telling me the truth. And it could be your mother telling you, no, baby, it's fake. Don't go for the okie doke. And some people, I'm pretty sure, have told their mama, no, mama, this is real. This is my new life. So it's people in your camp that you trust that will tell you you're tripping, but then that is overshadowed because you see right in front of your face the materialistic things that you've always wished for. And okay, man, I got the BMW in the driveway. These stacks of money, like I said, I got them. The bank account is fat, and they say all I got to do is sign here, and I can do my own thing or whatever, you know. So it's promises. And if we go and watch a lot of these music documentaries with rock bands, rappers, even country artists, right? They've been duped. The industry, some kind of shark comes up and says that to that person, and they get, the head gets expanded.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this also, because
and they go down that road.
Wasn't the original agreement that, you know, 25% a piece, but then the manager gets in Michael's head and tells him he should get 50%, and the rest of the members split the other 50%?
It wasn't really a percentage thing. It was a dollar amount.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the dollar amount is like, okay, that dollar amount that your client wants, as you say, your client, if we pay him that, or we pay y'all that, basically, that doesn't you know, the math doesn't divide into 4 equally.
The math is not math.
So now we're taking, so now is basically telling us, hey, we want y'all to take a pay cut.
Right. So he can get paid.
So he can get more. Yeah.
So
that, you know, we wasn't having it.
Help me understand this. Okay, so you're signed, whatever, you're signed to the label. Did y'all have a manager that all of y'all had, and then he decided, well, I need my own individual manager, or all of y'all had their own individual managers?
No, we were self-managed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were going out there. Okay, Marcus, you handle this. Alex, you handle that. You know, we brought some partners with us from the hood. Okay, you be the road manager. Y'all two be the road manager. You handle the money. You set up you deal with all that front stuff. We the talent. We gonna chill over here. You know what I'm saying? It was a posse kind of thing.
Mom and pop shop.
Yeah, that's how we wanted to run it. That's how, you know, and me being the founder, the leader, I put these ideas out there. Now, if everybody's not with it, I mean, you know, if the majority of everybody's not with it, then, you know, we float another idea. But if you get outvoted,
you gotta go.
Then we scrap that idea. You know, you got outvoted, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ran up the flagpole. Everybody heard your idea, and then we asked for yays and nays, and you got outvoted.
Yeah.
No shame in the game. You just got outvoted. So we gonna do something else.
So with no management, yeah. Who brokered because who brokered the deal for the Raising Hell tour?
Alex.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah, that's the only phone number they had. They had Alex's home phone number.
Wow. A major tour like that with no experience.
So what happened was they called, they talked to Alex. They flew out Richie Walters. I never will forget, dude. He was cool as shit, man. He flew from New York out to the Bay Area. He met with us. Like I said, cool ass dude, man. He gave us a contract. He explained everything he was going to do, and he came through on everything. He actually went above and beyond. He took a little pity on us because we were new, and he set some things up for us, man, that we didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? We green. We so green, we don't even know. And so he's like, "Oh, you ain't got this? I'll handle that for you. I'll get you in touch with my man that does that." And you know what I'm saying? I mean, he took care. So, you know, I know he was getting a commission from Russell. You know, that's on the back end. I ain't even on that deal, but he gave us mad love, and everything was tight for the first leg of that tour. And you know, we came back, and you know, our expenses. What people don't understand, man, when you're out there and you're traveling, you have expenses.
Of course, you
have to pay for as an artist. I mean, the show pays you X, right?
Mhm.
And then out of that amount, you have to eat, you have to get your hotel, you have to pay for your transportation. Uh, oh, uh, my uniform, my stage clothes, I got a
Wardrobe.
little smudge on that. Well, you got to take your shirt to the cleaners. You got to wash your shirt. You got to find a laundromat, bruh. You got to iron your own clothes. I mean, we had expenses. And oh, yeah, you got to eat. You know what I'm saying? You got to put gas in your vehicle. We had to, like I said, we had to rent a van from Hertz. And then on the back end, when we came back home, we had to pay Hertz. You know what I'm saying? We turned the rental car, you got to pay the balance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we didn't have much money left after the first leg of the tour, but I think that's what started the dissension. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, now to go out on the second half of the tour, lead singer wants X every night. Okay, we're not getting that. So how does that divide into four?
Right.
Equally.
Oh man. Was this guy like and it's always portrayed in movies as that there's some guy that's sleazing around that just shows up out of nowhere, like you like, oh, who's this guy? Was it that type of situation?
It didn't start out that way, but it got that way real quick. The person that became Michael's manager started out as a friend. He was a DJ at a college radio station in Berkeley, University of California, and I had a good rapport with him. Alex had a good rapport with him. Michael had a good rapport with him. Kevin had a good rapport with him. He would play Rumors on a cassette before it was released. He would play it every Sunday. And the kids would call in and they would like, yo, love that song. But it was no vinyl. And he would just give us free airtime. And then Alex, he would play some of Alex's rap productions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, right. He had a group called Martini on Ice. But yeah, he would play that. He would play Martini on Ice. He would play Timex Social Club, but it was all off of cassettes. And so we grew to, kind of love that brother, man. It's like, man, he hyping us up, man. He got us in on some form of radio.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, it wasn't a real strong station. It's down there in the 80s. 88.9, I think it was. It ain't going too far. So it's only Berkeley and Oakland that can hear it, a little bit of Richmond, but 3 cities. So but we were getting love. So anyway, long story short, when he heard that we had vinyl, we went up to the station and we said, man, we got the vinyl. We good now, man. Everything is, thank you. I guess he heard the thank yous. It was like, man, I did a lot of work for them. How can I get in? How can I get in where I fit in? So he contacted us and he was like, yo, can I come through? I want to pitch being your manager. So I said, yeah, come through my apartment. And we all sat down, we listened to him, and he left. We took a vote. It was 3-1. No.
Damn.
Well,
I know the one person who voted.
Too long after that, the person that was outvoted signed a contract with him. So,
that's
but
crazy.
I mean, that's.
What did he hear that y'all didn't hear though? What did he hear that y'all didn't hear? What was it that you three said, nah, we don't think this works?
I don't know. You'd have to ask that brother.
Damn.
That's crazy.
But that's how we did things. We voted on things, So he wanted dude as his manager, and he got it. But that, in a sense, it broke us up because the manager slash DJ, became unfriendly to the three of us.
Oh wow!
Real fast. Yeah, it turned into a us against him kind of scenario. There was no inclusion. We were being talked down to. We were being viewed as the help.
Wow.
While, my friend was being put up on a pedestal as the voice, and y'all could be replaced. Things of that nature were being dropped and said, and so that's not a good working environment.
Yeah. Wow.
And so we ultimately went our separate ways.
And that became the birth of Club Nouveau, if you will.
No, that's a whole nother chapter.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah, that's a whole different group.
The whole different, yeah, because
so if you get that album and you turn it, you see different names.
Yo, so Jealousy sounds eerily like Rumors.
Yeah,
I always thought Jealousy was supposed to be like a diss record towards her.
Well, there's a verse in there where we're being dissed. Yes, broken social friends is the line. Basically saying that we're broke now. Out there, he can come home whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
The door is wide open. In fact, it's never been locked.
Yeah.
I perform with different vocalists when I do Timex Social Club shows, and it's been that way for 36 years. It's not something I want to do. I want to go out with him.
Yeah.
I want to perform with him. I've told him this face to face several times. I've been in the company of I've been to his home. We've had lunch several times together. There's no beef with us. Right. We don't curse each other. We don't fight. We're not we're not saying things under the table, and we're not, it's he can come home whenever he wants.
Yeah.
I'm ready, willing, and able. And I put a challenge out there.
Well,
come on, baby. Come on home. It's gonna be all right. It's all good.
You're a master actualizer. Remember, there's been other things that you put into the universe that have happened.
No, bro. I feel like I gotta keep you talking, bro. You got magic
words. Let's do some of this again, Mike. Let's do some of this again.
Yeah, man.
I know he got gas in the tank, and I got gas in the tank. So let's get back, man. Let's get on back, man, where we belong.
Yeah, man. That'd be great. But I wanna do we have this thing that we do on the podcast called Give Me Five.
Yeah.
And what it is basically we ask for you to list off 5 things. And I know that you're a DJ also, and we've asked other DJs this, and some DJs have struggled with it. Why? I have no idea. But I want to pose this question to you. So I'm going to ask you to give me 5 records that if you were dropped anywhere, they didn't tell you the location around the world where you was going. They didn't tell you the age. They didn't tell you anything. You can only bring 5 records to rock the party. What are those 5 records?
Are you bringing?
And why?
And I'm taking notes too right now.
All right. Well, I'm old school.
Okay, that's all right.
So it ain't gonna be no mumble rapping this, man. So look at here, man. We gonna go Earth, Wind, and Fire with September.
Nice.
Okay.
Like that.
We're gonna drop Montel Jordan. This is how we do it.
Ooh. All right. I like where you're going with your list.
Okay, I got 3 more.
Now remember, you anywhere in the world, they just tell you grab,
I'm anywhere in the world.
5 records
I
anywhere
got
in
you.
the world. You don't know who your
I
audience
got
is.
you. I got you. I got 3 more to go. I'm thinking of some hip hop right now.
Spit it out.
Hold on. It's on the tip of my tongue. Walk This Way, Run DMC.
Okay, classic record.
Now they got harder hits, but I'm thinking of the mainstream.
Okay,
I don't know where I am in the world, so I don't want to offend.
That's what I was gonna say. I can see how that, plus with the the rock infusion and everything, I could see how that could play anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I got 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Return of the Mac, Mark Morrison.
Yo, let me say something about that record, because that's a sleeper. Yo, that's a sleeper record that keep the party going.
People love to sing that shit, man.
Yeah, that's a sleeper record that keep the party going. I wouldn't think I've never heard anybody pick that record, but that's a record that I could see that people love that.
And I got 1 more.
Yes, sir. 1 more. The closer.
I'm gonna go Prince, Kiss.
Yeah.
But it's a close call. It could be Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
Billie Jean. Yeah. All right, I could go with your 5. I could go with your 5.
And that's just I'm an older DJ. I'm an older DJ. I don't know where I am in the world. I don't want to offend. And like I said, I'm old school. So
and those is in your crate. So there you go.
Those are some go-tos right there that'll definitely get them on the floor.
That's a fact. Like all of those records, if you think about it, it's whenever we do this exercise with people, also I just think about like just the variety in terms of like the different demographics of what an audience could be. And I think that no matter what age somebody is, you could be 14, 15 years old now. I'm sure at some point in time you didn't heard Billie Jean, or you've heard Montel Jordan in a commercial or something like that, And of course,
I was just listening to September before we came on too. So
yeah.
It's an evergreen hit. It'll never go away.
Never go away, bro.
Wow. Grandma danced to it all the way down to the the little one.
Baby, right?
Yeah. Play it every.
Now you notice I didn't say Timex Social Club ruined.
Yeah, well, that would have been cheating though. That would have been cheating. But that's another joint that keeps going.
I just, that's the bolo punch.
Yeah, that's
locked and loaded.
Yo, there was no pressure to have like a big follow-up record after the success of that. Like, I would imagine you put out a #1 record, then the label was looking at you. All right, you did it. That's good. Like, where's the next #1?
There was pressure from in my head. But like I said, when that whole management thing went down and everything, the record company went with the management, and they put some new cats in there on the production, and it went south. It got watered down.
Yeah, I bet.
I wasn't there. Alex wasn't there. It went. It didn't have that same feel. It didn't have that same street quality to it that we could have kept bringing. So you have other people that jumped up, Nouveau, and took the reins, if you will. But even their sound wasn't our sound. It was close, but
they tried to take everything you started.
It wasn't us, huh?
I said they tried to take everything you made, bro.
Oh, well, that's beat biting. It's called beat biting.
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
Swagger jacket.
And it's all fair in love and war, and one of these plaques back here is that album.
For real?
One of these golds and platinums. Yeah, I got writers on that.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you should still.
Right.
I get paid. Yeah.
There you go. There There you go. Like you need to, if I was you, I'd be spinning that record everywhere I go.
Nah, I don't play Jealousy.
Oh man.
I mean, other DJs may mix into it, and that's what it was for. There were a whole lot of derivatives, Roaches, Jealousy, the Rumors rap. There were a whole lot of remakes of parody records of Rumors, but nothing beats the Granddaddy OG. So I just play that. I just roll with that.
Yeah, but I'm happy that you had your business in order, so that way you could still,
You.
how do you call it?
Hey, I was happy too, man. Still happy.
Yeah.
Still cashing checks,
Yeah. Now that's a
Yes,
wonderful thing, man. That's a wonderful thing, because I could only imagine, like having that level of success with your first record, and not actually having like the ownership of it, knowing that it's your record. That would suck. So the fact that you got your business in order, I tip my cap to you, brother.
Yeah, we've been getting royalties since day one.
Yeah.
That I filled out those papers.
So you wasn't that green
before the internet.
Shoot, you wasn't that green then if you knew about royalties, because it's a lot of other dudes that came after y'all that's still crying about not getting royalties. For real.
I know, right? I know. But no, it was kind of, you hear the Hard Luck stories, a Little Richard,
Yeah.
A lot of OG artists, like, okay, mail the tape to yourself and don't open it.
Yeah,
that's the poor man copyright.
Yeah, they call it
okay, well, that can still be overturned in court. So what else do I need to do? Oh, contact the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., get the forms, fill that out, send the tape in with the payment. Wait 3 months, get your confirmation back. Now you valid. So that's what we did.
Wow. That's the gem of the day right there.
Wow. So
now it's easier. You can upload your MP3s online, but back in the day, you used to snail mail, bunch of stamps, and send your actual hard cassette through the mail.
Yeah. So tell everybody where they could get the book and what's the next
Amazon.
Marcus Thompson.
Yes, sir. Amazon.com. It's called How Do Rumors Get Started? The True Story of Timex Social Club. Very funny and entertaining book. Take you back to the glory days of rap, 1986, and
y'all were calling Timex 1, Timex 2, Timex 3, Timex 4.
Yes, sir. Wow. Yes, sir. Timex 1. That's me right here. But yeah, that was a nickname. Man, my dude been reading. All right. So yeah, they can get it on Amazon. It's on Kindle and on paperback. You can hit us up on Twitter at Timex Social Club. There's a Facebook group called Timex Social Club Fans on Facebook. We out there. Oh, and TimexSocialClub.com. And every once in a while, we pop up in your city and we do a little old school show. So
nice.
Plus, I'm DJing. Never left that realm. So I still do weddings and 50th birthday parties.
Oh yeah,
I did one a few weeks ago, and you never know, man. I might just bust out and sing Rumors for you.
Look,
I'm booking DJ jobs. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Still love it.
I want to thank you though for joining us this evening, and I want to say this, man. You have the distinction so far, probably picking one of the best fives out of all the DJs that we've spoken to, because we get some ones that I'll be like, nah, I don't know if that's a
really.
That's not a party joint. Yeah, we've been knocking people down like, you gonna play that?
People, you know what it is? People pick their 5 favorites. They don't listen to the question. They pick their 5 favorite songs that they like, and they don't think about, like, you could be we could be saying you playing in Saudi Arabia.
Right, right. That's what I heard you say. I didn't know where I was in the world.
Right.
Yep.
I didn't know the situation, meaning I don't know the crowd. Mm-hmm. I gotta just kind of go blind, Ray Charles style, and try to make everybody have fun. So that was my goal, picking those 5 for you.
Mm-hmm. And you'll have somebody from you'll probably appreciate this. You'll have somebody that's a DJ going out to Saudi Arabia playing short dog. What's my favorite?
Blow the whistle, nigga.
Thank you, everybody.
You know, you didn't say top 10, so I couldn't get to that. I couldn't get to those, but yeah, I tried to get in there with a little
shit too, man. I love blow the whistle, man.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the No Ideas Original Podcast. Again, Marcus Thompson, we appreciate having you, man. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, fellas.
Peace.
All right, you have a good night too.